Hello, hi everyone. Hello, hi. Um, Welcome to Walk a Mile in Her Heels series, and today we are walking a mile in Jacqueline's heels. Okay. Hi, Jacqueline. Thank you for
Hi,
being with
hi.
us. Okay. So,
No problem.
so Jacqueline is an Iban lady from Sarawak, and she has taken a very big step in her life. She has moved to France currently. So, Jacqueline, okay, so you have moved to a country which is like, some of them speak a little bit English. So, maybe you can tell us about yourself.
Hmm. Myself, well, I'm not just an Iban. My mom is Bidayu Chinese. My dad is 100% Iban. Um, I moved here in January this year, so that makes it 6 months. This is not my first time being in overseas. Like I've worked abroad for about 5 years, so 3 years in Vietnam and 2 years in Australia. But I got my education, my degree, and everything from Malaysia, specifically in Sarawak. So my major is in English. I think that's the reason why that makes it more universal, and it got me to where I am now because currently I'm teaching adults in a university here in Van on how to write research papers because it's all because no, most research papers that you can find online, it's all in English. So they sometimes they get confused or stuck in between, on how to write a very good paper. So that's where I come in and I help them to build up basic English so that at least they know how to write proper sentences in order to prepare for their theses, their research papers, for masters, for PhD students. So
Oh, that's really
yeah,
interesting. That's really
yeah.
interesting.
So I mean, I can't, because now currently I have obtained degree in Malaysia, which is teaching English as a second language. But I can't stop there. So I'm currently pursuing my masters from University of Nottingham in UK, but
That's
distance
nice.
learning, COVID.
Ah. Oh, wow. Yeah. COVID is like
Mhm.
really affecting everyone right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, maybe you can, let us know a little bit like why do you choose France though? I mean, of all the country.
Uh, it's mainly because of my husband. My husband got selected by the French government here in order to be a researcher, um, to do a research on the geological side of the world. So not just France, it could be anything. So his job is to write papers, scientific papers, because he's a PhD holder. So that makes him a doctor. So when I moved here under his wings, I thought I can't be sitting at home. I'm not that type, so I have to do something. And since I have the proficiency in English. Sorry, it's just blood. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Um, yeah, so English is something that I can hold on to, that is, that I'm better than any of these French people here, or
Mm-hmm.
most of them. Because this is a small town, I'm not in Paris. I'm in Vannes, which is in Breton, which is about northwest of France.
All right.
So it's a small town. So people here are very small town-ish. They speak like 100% French and everything. You can find people who speak English, probably a handful of them.
Ah,
So I thought,
okay.
why not share my knowledge with them? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not stingy, so
Okay.
that's why I thought, okay, I should. Then I got this job and I'm doing my master, so everything is doing well so far.
Oh, that's really, really
Okay,
good.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Okay. So I heard that you're learning France. So I mean French. So how is it that how is that going with you?
Okay, let me tell you this first. When I
Mm-hmm.
first moved here, I landed in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment I got out of the plane, I was, I guess, shocked culturally because everything is in French. The boards, the advertisements, everything. Though, of course, speaking in French, but and I was not um, prepared to be in France because I did not learn French beforehand.
Uh-huh.
So I was pushed into an ocean full of French people, and now it's COVID time. It's a bit difficult. There are so many restrictions. Currently, we're on 11 p.m. curfew. So
I
yeah, it's 11 p.m.
see.
curfew.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
So
see.
previously it was 9 p.m., but now they have extended it to 11.
Right.
So,
Okay.
because now vaccination is ongoing here, so they have made the curfew a little bit more loose than the previous one.
Right.
So, yeah. So back to the French language. I don't have a proper teacher. There's no physical face-to-face interaction with a French teacher, for example. And because of the lockdown, everything is closed. Well, they do have a period of time that they're open, but then you do not have opportunities in order for you to interact with other French people. So my only way of learning French is to learn from my close friends, and but that's not all the time. Most of the time, it's always through app. I use
Oh,
Busu and also Memrise.
wow. Wow.
Yeah,
That's a really challenge over there.
you
So,
have no choice. No choice.
oh,
No
wow.
choice. I only know a little bit of French. Like I'm still learning, but I do learn, like I'm focusing more on words because
Okay.
sentences are a bit too long for me. Like you need to know the grammar structure of the sentence. So like I sometimes I learn through translation, but then I'm trying my best to think quickly in my head and imagine that I'm talking to someone who is in front of me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's really
like
cool.
yeah. So I can speak a little French also. Je parle un peu français, so I speak a little French. Je suis ici depuis 6 mois, so I've been here for 6 months. And apprendre la langue, with learning the language, très difficile, so very difficult, parce que COVID, because of COVID.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Um, yeah,
Well,
so.
okay. So how about the lifestyle over there? I mean, like the food and everything.
um,
How's the real life scene in France? I mean, like the only thing that we see, like probably in a movie, Paris is always there. I mean, like Paris is like the
yeah,
love
it's
city and
always Paris.
everything.
Mm.
Yeah. So how's the lifestyle, like the real life scene over there? How is it?
I would say French food is, uh, I guess those who are really on a strict diet, it's hard for you to maintain it here because one thing is French food is all about quick, 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 quick. Everything is quick.
Oh,
So like they have the baguette, the pate, which is like how do you say it? It's like pork luncheon, luncheon meat.
uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
it's squishy like that. So they always like spread it onto their baguette, and then that's lunch, for example.
Okay,
Yeah, for
okay,
example,
okay.
they have a lot of cheese here.
Uh-huh.
Saucisson, which is fermented sausage,
Mm-hmm.
which you put on your baguette as well. It's like a sausage. So, but that saucisson is fermented for few months or few weeks. So,
Right.
and the croque monsieur, which is the bread with cheese, baguette with jambon, jambon. Jambon is like a ham. So, but I do like the dessert here. My most favorite comes from Breton here, which
Okay.
something that you cannot find in Paris. It's
Okay.
called kunyaman. it's like a cinnamon roll, but without the cinnamon. So it's spiraling like this. It's a
Okay.
spiral bread,
Uh-huh.
but it's full of sugar and butter. Oh my God, something that you cannot eat every single day.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Maintain. Yep. But most of the time I cook at home because, like I said, COVID, like now they do open restaurants and cafes for people to sit, but I still do not feel secure because I'm not vaccinated yet. Like actually, my
Ah.
appointment is today, so later, 6 p.m.
Okay. Okay. Good luck
First
with
dose,
that.
yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Which vaccine are you taking?
Pfizer.
Pfizer. Okay, that's great.
Mm,
Okay, yeah, good
yeah,
luck with
it's the same
that.
as yeah. Thank you. It's the same as Malaysia, so you book your appointment online. So
I see.
mm,
Okay. All right. Okay.
yeah.
So what about the challenges though? I mean, like what are the challenges that you face when you first move here, and how do you overcome it? I mean, move there.
I think it's mainly the language.
Okay.
It's definitely the language because like in Malaysia,
Mm-hmm.
your Malay language is the mother, the native language, but then we have English as a second language. But here, French is the one and only language, and English is seen as a foreign language here.
Okay.
Yeah, foreign language, yeah.
All right.
So they do teach English in schools, but it's not, they don't prioritize it that much.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So hence why you just really need to learn the language and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. It's easier, so much easier if because it's the smoothness of communication when you want to talk to anybody, who is French, like when we're in Malaysia, at least tourists who come there, at least it's slightly easier for them because you can send 90% speaks at least basic English.
Mm-hmm.
So like, but here it's difficult. So
Okay. Oh wow. All
yeah.
right. Okay. So tell me what are the 10 things you love about France?
10 is a lot.
Maybe I mean like you can just
Okay.
if less than 10 is fine as well. So just just give me some few lists that you really love about France since you moved there.
I would say the weather because the winter here it's not so wintry. It's not like thick snow, like you're in Alaska or something, for example.
Uh-huh.
Here it's just nice. It's cold, yes. I cannot run away from that. That's why we have heater. There's a heater there. See that white color thing.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the weather. I would say are the people are nice. Um, but it depends as well because small town, so they're not very touristy. They're not exposed to a lot of tourists. So if you're in Paris, of course the people are friendlier. But
Mm-hmm.
here it's okay. You will go through it, no problem. And then I would say it's what should I say? I think the surroundings, the fact that like small towns like this, each town in France is just like our country. Wherever we go, there's always a history behind it.
Uh-huh.
When you look at the building or you look at this or that, there's always a history behind it. And the thing about French people is that they preserve what they had and what they have. So
Right.
what went through here, they will preserve it up until now. So I have a church who has been up there since I would say 1500 year 1500. So that's like 500 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
And the chateau here, the castles, and the yeah, everything, just the architecture is just magnificent. I love looking at it. Oh God, it's yeah. I think wherever you may go, it's this little thing, that can magnetize people from, to come over here and to share the history that this land had experienced before.
Wow, wow, that's
Mm.
very inspiring. I mean, it
Mm.
makes me want to go there. It
Yeah,
really,
you will tell
yeah.
me.
It makes me want to go and visit. Okay, so what are the
Hmm.
10 things that you don't like about France then?
I guess one of it would, I said, certain number of people, where, because French people they take so much pride in their language. So if
Mm-hmm.
you speak a foreign language, they, to some people who are not exposed to modernity, to open, being culturally open, for example, they do not really accept the language so much, like the foreign language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they take so much pride in their French language. I
Right.
think, no, I'm not talking about all people, no. I only talk about like the certain, that percentage of people who are just, when you look at them, you can feel the vibe, but then I hardly see people like this. um, Only unfortunate times, that's all. uh, Another thing would be the summer, which is coming soon, the weather,
You don't
because
like the summer?
I felt it for a few days here, because now it's gloomy and raining. But I think a few weeks ago we experienced like a very high heat. So the difference between the heat here and the heat in Malaysia, for example, the
Uh-huh.
humidity in Malaysia helped us to survive when we are under the sun. But
Right.
here it's super dry. I feel like I'm on a barbecue pit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. So everything is hot, but you're not sweating so much. Like when you're in Malaysia, the moment you go out, the humidity helps you to sweat, so it's not so bad. Like
I
here,
see.
it's summer, it depends. Not throughout the summer season, no, but it's only certain days. So that's
Okay.
one. Uh, I think I uphold the not wearing shoes at home. I do not like very Asian like that. We don't wear shoes when we're at home. We take it off. But
Yeah.
here they wear shoes at home, and
Uh
I
it's
think
probably the Western culture, I guess. I mean, that is
yeah, I
how,
think so.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think most of my friends, they know that I come from this side of the world, and they understand. So that is why it's okay. They know automatically that they have to take off their shoes before they enter my house, for example. So it's
Right.
okay. Mm.
Okay, that's nice.
But some
That's
people,
really
they
nice
don't.
of them.
So yeah, and they drink a lot here. It's a good thing I can drink. Okay, but I'm not as champion as some of them. I've met some, and they drink just like they drink water.
Oh
Oh God.
dear.
Hmm.
That's quite scary. Okay.
Yeah.
So, would you recommend anyone to move to France?
I would say yes, wherever you go. It's as long as you have all the key points that you need to make sure that you're okay. You have to know that you're okay financially. Your accommodation, everything. You can't just blindly move to a country where you do not know what you're going to do next, or
Yeah.
where you're going to be. For example,
Yeah.
you could even move to Mexico,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
have to know that your sets of priorities are intact, in line, before you move to a brand new country, because you're practically moving. You bring your whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's no turning back after that, because otherwise it'll be just a waste of time or money.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so you
So,
could be anywhere. I would recommend France, no problem.
Okay. So
Mm.
what are the things, okay, before you move there, right? Is there any so now that you have moved there, so is there anything that you wish someone could have tell you before you have made this move? Like, probably, is there any expectation? Is it within your expectation?
I would say I wish I have started learning French earlier.
Right.
That's the only thing. The rest is okay. I'm fine with it. Because if you lost your sweater, you can buy a brand new one. But the language acquisition is, I think that's the most important. That's one thing that I wish you know, I wish I started earlier.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
The
So
language really, really play a big role here.
of course,
Okay.
because I think, like I said, if you got pushed into an ocean full of French people, so all you have to do, the only thing that you have to do is to blend in with them, to interact with them, and there's no other way to do it
Yeah.
but to communicate.
Right. Okay. All
Mm.
right. So, what are your messages for all the young ladies out there that would like to make this kind of big move in their life? Is there any advice or message for them?
I would say before moving, there are a few things that you need to make sure that you have with you, or the number one would be the visa requirement,
Mm-hmm.
because you do not want to mess with, the authorities the moment you land. You
Yeah.
do not want that. Now, it's not going to be a very nice way of saying I'm here, I've arrived. No. So I would say the visa requirement first. Make sure you have ample amount of money,
Yeah. True.
just
Yeah.
because the moment you move into a house, you need to buy a lot of things the first time.
Right.
So yeah, financially stable, and yeah, just make sure that you have a large amount of money first, just to start. And then I would say if it's a foreign country like we know where I am now, um, learning just basic language, basic conversation, that would be very helpful as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's true.
and if it's you know a four season country, then of course your clothing would have to be enough as well,
Yeah.
because there's no way you will survive with only a singlet or a very thin t-shirt now.
Exactly. It's not. It's really
Mm.
not the same.
Yeah, and then if you are homesick, because sometimes I feel that, make sure you try to find someone nearby who shares the same, like who has like the same cultural aspect, for example, like
Right.
similarities. Yeah. So I
Right.
do have. I've not met anybody who from Sarawak here.
Mm-hmm.
There is no one from Sarawak here,
Okay.
not even from Sabah or from West Malaysia. I've not met
Wow.
any Malaysian basically here, but I do have Malaysian friends from the nearest town.
Okay.
So it's okay. It's not so bad. At least I feel like I'm not alone in this big country.
I understand. Yeah, I'm sure you will meet
Hmm.
more after all this COVID pandemic thing is over. Once you can
Yeah,
go out and all that.
especially
Yeah.
the food. I miss Sarawakian food, but um, I can cook, so I can't really cook anything Sarawakian because you need essential ingredients which can only be found in Sarawak, unfortunately. So I can cook, at least I can cook Malaysian food like curry or rendang or nasi
Yeah.
lemak, for example. That's still okay. I can still manage from the ingredients here, but Sarawakian food is just, I can make holomi though.
How
Yeah.
do you make kolomi there?
I think it's the mixture. I mean, I've learned doing it because I asked an uncle in Kuching, and he was kind enough to share just a little bit of the recipe. So at least you can start from there. And then I tried making it in Australia, and it was a success. Everybody likes it.
Nice. That's
So
nice.
yeah, my next aim would be here, but we'll see how it goes later.
That's nice. Okay.
Mm.
So
Yeah, they
any
don't have a Malaysian cafe here, unfortunately. So maybe I can start something if I have the time.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, why not, right?
it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be a shop, right? It can be a food truck or something, right? So,
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, that's a
mm,
good idea. I wish you all the
mm,
best with that. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. So any plan on moving back to Malaysia or Sarawak perhaps in the future?
Moving back, it depends actually, because like the Malaysian said, you know, you go wherever the rezeki bring you.
That's true.
So yeah, so if there's a if kalau ada rezeki back in Malaysia, then why not? But
Yeah,
I have to make sure my husband finds a job there as well, because I
that's
can't
true.
be the only one who is working, you know. So
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we are very equal in that sense. So we will definitely visit every now and then, because my husband, he's a real Indian, not Indian Malaysian. Okay, he's from India, and he has never been to the Longhouse before. So that would be the next uh, plan that we will have to think about soon. Maybe after our vaccination, after all the borders
Yeah,
are open again, and then we will definitely plan on coming back just for him to see the Longhouse, because I come
that's
from
nice.
Lubang.
Yeah, that's really
Mm,
nice. So
yeah.
he will definitely experience a lot of fascinating things.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
cultural experience will be number one there. So
exactly.
yeah, I just hope he survive. He will survive. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, of course. Okay, thank you for being here with us, Jack, and sharing with us all these experiences. So for all ladies out there, I hope this sharing would help you. Planning on your moving, or plans on your life moving forward. You know, so most important thing, I think, just have courage. Once
Mm,
you have it, set it in
yeah,
mind, have courage, go for it. The sky is the
mm,
limit for you. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Eh,
Jack. All
love
right.
you.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Merci. Bye.
Bye. Okay, fabulous people. See you in my next installment of Walk a Mile in My Heel series. See you in my next video. Bye.